Get it. Walk as you walk. Hey, look what she doing. Let's go. That should be going, boy. Yeah. All right, man. Let me see if we live. We live. Let me see. Let me double check. You feel me? Are we live or are we live? Walk like she walk. Hey, yeah. Say we good. Hold on. Audio. Audio. Mic check. Okay, cool. Live. Double check. Yeah. Are we live or are we live? All right, bet it up. I'm sorry. I'm going straight in. What's good? I wish y'all can listen to the music I'm listening to right now. I'm kind of hype. But I got up, wiped the crust out my eyes, didn't even brush my teeth. Went on, took that passport, you feel me? And we got Redfall. Live in effect, baby. We definitely gonna go back to this because I want to start playing a little bit of this because it's been so long since I played Street Fighter. But I'm trash at the game, but I want to get better at this Street Fighter. You feel me? So we got the demo. This need an update. We talked about it on the show last night, State of Gaming. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But yeah, we finna go in and get into this Redfall. You feel me? Now, low key, just a little low key. Don't tell nobody. Me posting Noah, we supposed to do a State of Gaming streaming of it, which I'm going to do. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. I'm just gonna play a little bit, just see what it's doing, how it's rocking. All right, let's go. Don't tell them that I'm doing this, but I'm doing this. If that makes sense. Skip all the camera, we going straight in. Hope y'all can hear the audio. Let me know. And yeah. Alright. Oh, dang. Hold on. Gotta switch controllers. You gotta play the elite controller with this, baby. Can't go in there with no fugazi. Alright. Blink on real speed. Okay. I like looking at the bottom to see the developers and who did what on it. Kind of cool sometimes. You'll be surprised when you see at the bottom getting credit for a game. All right, let's see this menu. Let's see the menu. Menu. Okay. Oh, how I switch? Oh, there you go. Screen narration. No voice. Yeah, yeah. Speak. Nah. We don't care about that. Audio. Any music? We're gonna cut that down because copyright. That's one thing I don't like about video games. Well, since the streaming era that came up, the music you be getting copyright strike though. And they need to start doing something about that so we don't get strike for promoting their content. Uh, where's the difficulty levels at? Like, we can't put this on like hard, extra, extremely chaotic. Where's that button at? Oh, that looked cool. Now, granted, I'm letting you know now we are in another country, so that means we have not got the day one patch that they may or may not release with the game. What's good, child of God? He said, "Child of God gaming was good, brother. Thanks for sharing your gameplay, bro." Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I had to get in here first, man. I had to. Now, don't tell posting them I'm doing this, but yeah, I had to go in and get a little snippet of it. I took that trip, and the game is officially up and running. When you take that trip, that passport, you feel me? But Blink Video, I heard that one before. But I'm just gonna run a little bit of single player. Granted, again, I did not get the day one patch on here, so it's just me playing the game for where it's at. I didn't get that last time. All right, we gotta agree to the terms and conditions. Of course, ain't nobody gonna read it because they already done took it to sign Well, I didn't sign that, but you know what I mean. And call your bill. Please be sure to client is up to date. See, dang, there it go. It ain't updated, so I can't play it. Ah, Yeah, incompatible. Yeah. Dang, bro. Yeah, it won't let me play. I thought I could sneak in a couple. Man, I might as well screenshot this. Hold on, 'cause that's kind of funny. This is what you get for trying to do stuff without the bros, man. I tried to play the game a little bit early. I want my brother's keeper. Dang, I couldn't even get the little pit. Dang, bro. All right, I guess I gotta do it with the phone, man. I go ahead and confess that I messed up. I tried to play the game without the gas and got caught. All right, well, I guess I can't play Redfall, so that's out the question. Uh, and I already know what it is. It's because I switched my region, man. Dang. Let me go ahead and reset it. Oh man, damn, man. I was ready to play too, bro. I started licking my chops and everything, bro. I was in this joker like, hold up, we got what? I done got the passport. I flew out, and then all of a sudden, yeah, man, I got stopped by border patrol. I got pulled over by them people, bro. They said, "Nah, bro, you're supposed to be over here. Stop playing." I guess we're gonna play. I can play a little bit of Street Fighter or something. Oh, man, skip all that. Hold on. I might as well talk to y'all about that thing that I was talking about with Microsoft yesterday. Man, they just killed my little move, man. Dang, I gotta wait till tomorrow, man. I wanted to play like right now, right now. I was ready to go like right now, right now. Let me see. I'm trying to find it, but hmm, I don't see it. Oh, hold on. Yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah, it's all good. No doubt, man. I can't wait to play it myself. I was ready, bro. Dang, that messed up everything. I gotta change the title to this and everything. I'll do it later on, but is anybody online? Nope, ain't nobody online. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me check some. Dang, I can't check it now. Now watch this, cause now we're back in the States. Watch what happened. You know what I'm saying, man. Dang, man. That's because I couldn't get that day one update. But okay, so since I got you here, we might as well talk about a little bit of something. Um, I wanted to show some of this cool thing that Microsoft got going on with Chat GP what is it? GPT powered. Now, I was trying to tell the guys on the chat, I was trying to tell the guys on the show, Noah and Pastor, some of the future things that's going on with tech. And of course, you get a little combative. You get a little like, well, no, that's in the future. We talking about now, and it's like, no, these companies don't think about the now. My OG always said us, the person that always behind is the person that thinks about the now. You got to think about the future to lead the future. So I always go with that mindset. And so everyone's been talking about Chat GPT. We've been talking about the whole Drake incident when they got a whole album with him and the Weeknd, I believe, and they dropped the album and it sound like the Drake, it sound like Weeknd, yada yada yada. And it started making money. That's when the problem came in was it started making money due to it being submitted on Spotify. And now everybody wants to pull out the cease and desists and want to raise an alarm and red flag about AI and APIs and all that stuff. I know this is music, but it goes into video games in a little bit. Another concerning thing was a lot of people didn't pay attention to it, but it was concerning. But where we got the phone call from um Robert Kelly saying that, hey, That's not me making that song or that album that was released on Apple Music under the DSP under I forgot what company it was. It was under some company. I can't remember the name of it, but they quickly removed it off of the Apple store when they found out that it was released to the masses, and it was not R. Kelly at all. It was not Robert Kelly singing those songs. It was the chat API, but no one thought about it. We just swept it under the rug again. Now, when it comes to gaming, uh, we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of it because a lot of people, like myself, I've always said we are in a stalemate when it comes to gaming. And right now, I think all of the legalities and everything that's going on when it comes to gaming is starting to unfold and unravel in the sense of, let's say, people are starting to wake up and say, hey, we are just literally playing the same games over and over again. Just different maps, different skins, but there's no real growth in gaming. You're starting to see that with like things like Fortnite. They saying, hey, they have a developer program now. They just saying, hey, you guys go out and make the maps and you guys make y'all experience on what y'all want to play, and we will pay you or compensate you for it depending on how many sales your map does and how popular it becomes. This became a red flag because people started mimicking Call of Duty maps into Fortnite, and it threw up an alarm. Infringement was slapped around everything, and they started removing those maps from Fortnite, the engine, which is the Unreal Engine. So as technology started to advance, we started getting. They started well, those tools that developers had at the moment are starting to come out to the public, and the public are starting to bring their ideas into fruition by twisting and mixing previous games and making their own new game with those said tools, which brings the alarm up again of, can we sue this individual for stealing our intellectual property even though it's not our intellectual property, and they just took a little ideas from here and there, but they're starting to try to bring out the red tape for this, and it's not coming fast enough to slow it down in a sense. I'm seeing your video now, bro. Oh, appreciate it. No doubt, no doubt. So I was speaking on what I was calling uh the NPC, the NPC of the game. And if you play like Grand Theft Auto, you'll notice that around the map there's always some type of form of dialogue. What separates the Grand Theft Auto RP towards the Grand Theft Auto from the retail store that we get from like the consoles is the environment is totally different. You'll find servers on the Grand Theft Auto RP that is completely empty, and it's empty for a reason because the players, communicate and they create their own entertainment for that said environment or server. Whereas on the console, you have NPCs walking around, interacting with each other, having conversations, and make the environment seems real and look real to the public. It helps, even though they're just walking dummies in a sense. They don't have no real purpose. They just walk around and are fillers to make the environment look fresh and vibrant and what you will see on a everyday situation. Well, now they have decided to enhance uh NPCs. We saw this with Forza Horizon 3, I believe, when they brought in the APIs or the AI avatar control cars, where pretty much they take your data of you playing the game, they in they embed it with your character for your car, your vehicle, and when your friends play, they're playing against you, even though you're not playing the game. They're just playing against the data that they retrieve from you playing the game, and they implement it in your friend's game, even though you guys aren't playing at that point in time, which is dope and out is crazy insane. uh, NBA Live had a situation, Live 19 to be exact, where you can create your own team, your own arena, your own court, and your friends can play against your lineup. So it'll be the player that you created plus another four people that you selected on your team, and they will battle each other. So they're taking this a step further, in my opinion. In this video that I found, it talks about Google, but I want you to remove Google and put Microsoft due to the fact that Microsoft does have a bot API, chat box that they're rolling out, as well as their involvement with cloud gaming. So let's get to it, man. I said a lot, but let's show you. Let's show you what I'm talking about. Visuals is always better than the person speaking. So let me put this on the screen real quick. Is that the right thing? Look, is that the right thing? I don't know. All right, yeah, that's it. All right, now to check this out. All right,
describe
hold on.
what they are, who they are, and as they experience the world, they will actually form memories of the world. They'll reflect
Hold on, let
on
me
these
change
memories,
the
and that
format.
will inform their future behavior. Hey, welcome.
All right, now hold on. Shout out to Matthew. He dropped this video 2 weeks ago. This was 2 weeks ago. I'm just getting it now. Um, check out his channel, everything. I'm just doing this for research purposes, so please don't copyright strike me. But look at this. I just want to start it off so y'all can get a fresh understanding of what he's saying right now and how this is going to impact your the games that you play in the future.
As they experience the world, they will actually form memories of the world. They'll reflect on these memories, and that will inform their future behavior. Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about an extremely exciting project from Google and Stanford, bringing together artificial intelligence and video games, making sandbox environments absolutely come to life in what potentially could be the future of how video games behave. With this project, there's the promise of actually being able to give NPCs an entire life and allowing them to live their own life in a world that they create. I'm really excited to show you this. Let's get into it. So here's the paper. It's called Generative Agents, Interactive Simulacra of Human Behavior. And I actually had to look up what that word meant. It means an image or representation of something else. And what this paper does is put together an architecture for creating generative agents. Basically, characters that you can put in a game, and it's much more than that, but I'm going to simplify it. Characters that you can put in a game and allow them to live their lives with very little input from the user.
Okay, now real quick. Now, this now listen to what he just said in that situation. You have characters in the game that literally have their own script and they have their own lives without any involvement of the protagonist, which is you, the main character in the game. So in GTA, they call these things called scripts. I'm starting to learn more about video games, but they have scripts for the individuals in the game. Every NPC has a script. Either they have one that says, "Hey, go to the coffee shop. Hey, you have this dialogue. Hey, you walk in this particular line. You drive this car at this amount of speed, etc., etc." All of it is scripted and it is programmed into the game to that's why you can run into different individuals in the game, and even though the character physically is different, the dialogue is pretty much the same in a sense, because this is how they program the game to operate. Now just imagine where you come into the game into the forefront, and you have an interaction with a person like in a game like Fallout, for example. And you remember how games always say, "Hey, your choices can alter the ending of the game and how people view you and portray you in the game," like Red Dead Redemption and things like that. I'm speaking of those games because I like those games. Rockstar is one of my favorite developers of all time. Um, just a heavy note, and they do a lot of NPC dialogues. It's just like Fallout does. So that's why I'm using them as examples right now. So just imagine that they take this and kick it up a notch. I'm talking about they literally remove the gloves and say, "Hey, you come into a game and you do one thing that's altering, like you killed the, let's say you stole money from an NPC out his pocket. That NPC will evolve to the point where it knows your face, uh could, form some type of hatred or disrespect towards you, and later on try to either rob you back for his money, call the police, or try to kill you for what you did umpteen prior into the game. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. But we gonna continue. Hold on. I'm just trying to do a little stops because I don't get a
And they
copyright.
go and they interact with their world, they interact with other characters completely on their own. And this is using ChatGPT, of course. So the researchers gave these generative agents about a paragraph of text to describe what they are, who they
A
are, and from
paragraph.
that, they're able to live their lives. And here's a couple examples. Generative agents wake up, cook breakfast, and head to work. Artists paint while authors write. They form opinions, notice each other, and initiate conversations. They remember and reflect on days past as they plan the next day. Now, that last part is super interesting. As they experience the world, they will actually form memories of the world. They'll reflect on these
Boy.
memories, and that will inform their future behavior. So, again, no longer are we going to have static NPCs. These are NPCs that are going to interact and understand and learn from their world and change their behavior based on that. It is
So just imagine you playing Gears of War real quick, and you're in a shootout with the Horde. And I know in Gears 5 you can hear them yelling out like, "Hey, flank left or flank right," or "He's over there." Imagine they can advance it even more to the point where if you're pressed down on if they got you on suppressed fire, they can move in on you. They can call in move-ins. Um, they actually are throwing grenades at you instead of heavy suppressed fire. Like, moving into sniper towers, calling in airstrikes. This is all the NPC doing it. This ain't got nothing to do with the character. And it makes the game way more intense, way more and it gauge and levels on your skills, of course. So instead of you going in and, let's say for example, you go into a video game and you have a fighting game, for example, and you do the same setup, like, okay, sweep, you do a sweep, jab, and then an uppercut or something like that, and then you might pull out a special. The NPC will register that you did that with umpteen people and be like, okay, cool. We gonna switch it up, whereas I'm gonna do a jump block and then I'm gonna attack you and not wait for you to be aggressive. Hey, bro, this is
so
crazy.
cool. Here it says they store a complete record of the agent's experiences using natural language, synthesize those memories over time into higher level reflections, and retrieve them dynamically to plan behavior. I mean, really, really cool. You can imagine how video games are going to be influenced by
Like
this
the
paper.
Sims video game will
So
be
this game
crazy
was
with this.
inspired by The Sims, but it
Oh,
looks really
now
akin
I
to
want to say I
RimWorld in
didn't watch
terms of
all of this.
design. They
I
may
did
have
not
actually
watch all of
used
this.
RimWorld to build the sandbox game. So the first example this paper talks about is a Valentine's Day party. And All they said to one of the agents was, "Hey, you're going to have a Valentine's Day party." And from that, let's read what it says. The agents autonomously spread invitations to the party over the next 2 days, making new acquaintances, asking each
Hold on, I'm
other
gonna
out on
answer that right
dates to
now.
the party, and coordinating to show up for the party together at the right time. Again, all of this was based on a very simple push of, hey, you're
Look, it literally just said we're gonna have a Valentine's Day party, and the NPCs started generating ideas and information that revolve around the party. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need that in gaming. Our games will play much better with the advanced bro, 10 times better. Because if you really think about where we at in gaming, we've done all the storytelling that could be storytelled about video games. They lost family members. We got our revenge. We're fighting for finances to be rich. We want to be the most powerful in the world. Like, those dialogues and those scripted stories have all been done and all been played out, and just with different protagonists. Now you bring in that you put in an advanced AI or NPCs that actually grow and evolve with the character, bro. This, man, they finna blow this out the water.
going to have a Valentine's Day party. So let's talk about a few other things I found in this paper that were super interesting to
Like,
me.
ooh, like the game Escape from Turkov. Even with the Call of Duty situation, like I was saying to them, the DMZ of Call of Duty, you got AI and you got real people. That game at one point when it first started, people couldn't tell which one was the real people and the NPCs. They had to use the little mini map to do the computers. It's a computer in the map to send out a signal to show you certain dots to show you who's the real person, who was fake at one point. Now, gamers, of course, they kick back on this because it's like, oh, y'all making it too hard. But it's like, no, you should, you need to adapt and adjust to the situations that's around you. Even with Titanfall, when Titanfall was doing it, they had to dumb down the NPCs because people were saying that the NPCs were too aggressive. And it's like, no, you're in a battle simulator. You're supposed to treat it as if it is a simulation of war, which means if it ain't on your team, it's a op. But giving up your location and that where I think honestly they should have moved the maps off the game completely, so you don't have anything to pay to take your focus off the main focus that's in front of you. When you pull up a map that's showing off pings and locations, it's kind of cheating in a sense. Yes, it helps with the engagement of pushing the player engagement, but but it removes the skills from actually being able to enhance the person's ability to play video games. In my opinion, that's just me. He said, it would give a move live. Hold on, it would give a more live environment, and we need it because everything today is basically the same. Yeah, everything is the same because it's scripted. It's literally scripted to the T, where they just put it into the computer and say, "Hey, this person does that, and it's on its way." Now, interactions actually mean something. Like, you can do something good for somebody, like in Red Dead Redemption. Like, if you save someone's cattle or something like that, they might offer you a job, or they might change the scenario and say, "Hey, here's some money," or they might become an ally, or let's say you rob the bank later on in the game and you're running away from the police. This guy sees you or something, he try to help you get away by hiding you or something. It brings in so much new ideas when it come to gaming is
I'll
crazy.
link the paper down below in the description. The agents act consistently with their past experiences and react believably to their environments. Again, we haven't really seen that in video games ever. Maybe The Sims, but this is like The Sims on steroids. And
Facts.
through all these interactions in game, emergent social phenomena occurs. So here it says constantly growing memories as new interactions, conflicts, and events arise and fade over time, while handling cascading social dynamics that unfold between multiple agents. Success requires an approach that can retrieve relevant events and interactions over a long period, reflect on those memories to generalize and draw higher level inferences, and apply that reasoning to create plans and reactions that both make sense in the moment and in the longer term arc of that agent's behavior.
Now listen to what he just said. I'm just taking from what he said right there. It's this movie. I forgot the name of the movie. Forgive me, but it's on Netflix. Western, where the guy came in and he killed this little boy's father, and then the son grew up to want to get revenge. What if that's a part of the NPC story? Like you did something in the world, you know what I'm saying? Just hypothetically, it can be anywhere, any day of current event. You did something in the world to somebody, and then that NPC grows up to want to seek revenge, and you don't even know it. You ain't even you ain't even thinking about it. You ain't got shared a second thought on it, but then all of a sudden, uh you encounter somebody and the dialogue is based on what you did in prior in the world. Man, that's gaming on a whole new level. Whole new
And of
level.
course, I'm talking about this through the lens of video games because I'm personally very excited about that application. But they mention a few other applications which I think are notable. One application they talk about is social roleplay scenarios, or for an example, interview preparation, where somebody can rehearse safely a very difficult and conflict laden conversation. And another way generative agents can be used is with social platform prototyping. So before a new social platform goes live, you can release a bunch of these generative agents, let them interact with each other, test the edges, test the bounds of that social platform before actually releasing it to the public, the humans. And you can test all of the negative things that could possibly happen within that platform. So here's the little town that they created. It's called
Mm.
Smallville. It's a sandbox world. They have a park, co-living space, bar, cafe, basically all the things that you would expect in a little town. And within a house, they have a bathroom, kitchen, common room, bedrooms, garden, etc. And agents, generative agents in this world understand all of these different things that are available to them within this world. A
Like
community of
imagine a
25 agents
RTS
inhabit
game.
Smallville. Each agent is represented by a simple
Man.
sprite avatar. We authored one paragraph of natural language description to depict each agent's identity, including their occupation and relationship with other agents as seed memories. So they start out with just
Bare minimum
one
of
paragraph to
information.
give them that seed of inspiration, that seed of memory. And from that,
Like I could just sit here and say, "Hey, you a cell phone? You work at we ain't gonna say Apple, but in the video game like Grand Theft Auto, I could just turn around and say, "Hey, this NPC's named Tom Ford, and you work for Apple cell phone product, and all you do is sell cell phones." His daily activity will evolve with him just being an employee at Apple, which means he clock in, clock out, go home, do his daily activities, which I didn't write a script for, come back and continue to work at Apple without just a paragraph of coding. That is
they build their
insane.
entire personality and their entire life. So let's read about John Lynn. John Lynn is a pharmacy shopkeeper at the Willow Market and
Oh,
Pharmacy who
there you
loves
go,
to
right
help
there.
people. He is always looking for ways to make the process of getting medication easier for his customers. He lives with his wife, who is a college professor, his son, who's a student. He loves his family. He knows the couple next door for a few years. He thinks the man next door is very kind. He knows his neighbor. They like to discuss local politics together. So it's really setting up the interactions.
Well, you say I was on it earlier, Arcane, but now it says Arcane Connection Logs and Catalan. Please ensure your client is up to date. Yeah, I just got that right when I tried to start this up, and yeah, I couldn't play it, so that's why I jumped in here and just wanted to briefly talk up on this real quick because I just think this is just dope. Where cloud gaming and NPC is going to involve gaming way beyond what we can even understand at the moment, and we are just like at the beginning stages of it, and this is like one of those plus to us. Like I mentioned the negatives early, but this is one of the plus towards AI, and when it comes to video gaming.
Between the generative agents. So agents communicate with each other in natural language just like anybody in the real world would. Here's an example of what a segment of the conversation looks like. So Isabella is talking to Tom about the upcoming election. Isabella says, I'm weighing my options, but I've been discussing the election with Sam Moore. What are your thoughts on him? Tom, to be honest, I don't like Sam Moore. I think he's out of touch with the community and doesn't have our best interests at heart. Again,
Thanks.
these are
So
just
you talking about Joe
conversations
Biden
between two
now?
generative agents living in
I
this
just live.
open video game world. And the user, the person sitting behind the computer, can actually control the world in a couple ways. And I find this really, really interesting. And so here it says the user can control the world in two ways. A user running the simulation can steer the simulation and intervene, either by communicating with the agent through conversation or by issuing a directive to an agent in the form of an inner voice. So you can actually become the inner voice of one of these
Oh
agents.
no, that's creepy. Nah, that's creepy. That's some what's that? What's that? uh, that's some Matrix mess right there. Talking about you can talk to him like you your inner conscious or something. Imagine a game like Civilization on steroids like this. Like you can tell a person to do X, Y, Z to yeah, that's a little bit too steep. But it shows the evolution because like I said before prior, you can have a person that evolves as the game continues. And you can also put in certain things
Hey,
in
I'm
the character's
inspired to
mind.
paint a picture today. And then all of a sudden, just with that little prompt of the inner voice, that agent is going to do what it needs to do to actually get to that outcome of painting a picture. As these generative agents live in the world, they actually start to develop their own routines. So here's
See,
an
look.
example of that. A morning routine can be wake up, brush teeth, take a shower, have a breakfast, then catching up with friends, packing, and then beginning work, and all on
That's
a very
crazy.
rigorous time schedule.
And
This
they on
graph
their
really
own
defines what
schedule.
the architecture is to make this happen. First, they perceive something in the world. And next, they have a memory stream. You can think about it as all the things that are happening to them in the world get logged to that memory stream. They retrieve that memory stream as retrieved memories, and they either plan and or reflect on those memories to act next, to perform their next action and decide what their next action should be. And so in this graph, you can see the memory stream. So it's logged by time and it talks about what specifically they're doing. So desk is idle, bed is idle, Isabella Rodriguez is cleaning up the kitchen, etc., etc. And so based on this memory stream, we can ask a question to Isabella. What are you looking forward to the most right now? Isabella Rodriguez is excited to be planning a Valentine's Day party at Hobbs Cafe on February 14th from 5 p.m. and is
Bruh.
eager to invite everyone to attend the party. So here they have the actual algorithm for deciding what's next. They have recency, importance, and
What
relevance
in the
as
world?
weights. And so in this graph, they're showing how Isabella, who was given a task of, hey, plan a Valentine's Day party, was able to actually form relationships with other.
Look at that, bro. It it took real world content and just evolved it into a video game. You literally only gave one person information about a party, and that person without no control, no script made for it, like nothing made for it outside of a paragraph of information saying we're having a party, a Valentine's Day party. That one NPC evolved and connected to everybody else to either invite them to the party, tell them about the party, and retrieve items for the party. All without nobody touching it, nobody saying anything to that NPC at all. It did it on its own. And this is in a video game. This is in a video game structure of a sandbox.
Generative agents in the world, tell them about it, and those agents told other people about it. So here it is. I'm
Oh
planning a
my god.
Valentine's Day party. That's Isabella. Isabella told Tom, Latoya, Wolfgang, Klaus, John, etc. And then Sam, for example, told Jennifer. So there was actually 2 degrees of
Man.
removal. Isabella told Sam, Sam told Jennifer, and they coordinated to actually show up to the party together. So I invite you to please take a look at this paper. It is fascinating. And before we end the video, you can actually demo this game. So let's take a look. So here's the game.
I don't
It's
want a demo. I need the
referee.rokuapp.com/ARXIV_demo.
I need the
And
software.
I'll drop the link in the description below. So I paused it, but I'll push play now. So one thing to note is this is not actually live. This is a pre-recording that's playing out, but this did actually happen in this generative world. And so you can see the characters moving around, and this is just one section of the world as well. And so you can see all the different characters here. So if I click on one, it's gonna scroll up and it's gonna show me where they are. And if I scroll to the bottom, it's going to tell me about them. So this is Francisco Lopez. His current action is having lunch, gives the location, and he's not in a conversation. Let's look for somebody else.
Now, okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Now, this can be scary also. Cause if you think about this in a standpoint, what's not having them do this when it comes to the monetization of money and cryptocurrency and etc., where they can monetize and dictate and show every transaction that you're doing and pretty much your whereabouts. But I digress on that part. I'm not trying to be spooky mellow right now. Um, we just gonna talk about the good parts of this. Do I got a good scene? Let me see if they got a good scene.
This can be in a game like The
Hold on.
Sims or a game like RimWorld or even like Skyrim or GTA. These games are populated with NPCs with static and sometimes boring dialogue that just stand there waiting for you to interact with them. But now
Facts.
with artificial intelligence, you can give them entire lives and they will go on and the game will be completely dynamic.
Now, going off of what's showing, because he just doing his cap of what I'm doing. Um, what if this was one of the reasons why we got a post, they push back? Now, I'm not giving no excuses here. I'm not giving an excuse at all. But I'm just saying, what if this is one of the reasons why they push back Fable? Because this structure of what we just went over and we just witnessed right now would be perfect for Fable. If you play Fable 1 and 2, you understand what I'm saying. It was a dialogue heavy environment game, consequences affect the game, outcome good and bad. NPCs in the world played the heavy part in the character's development. What if this is one of the things they're trying to implement into Fable? Or he said, what he said, when they do use this new technology, how much you think they will charge us for the game? Man, that is a good question. That is a good question. Um, wow, I didn't even think of that. Well, how much would you charge for something like this? Um, well, I think what they would do, because of the direction I've been seeing them doing things, um, they will put it into a server like Google did with Firebase. Firebase is free to use. It's a free tool. Um, it helps with you developing apps and programs of anything. It doesn't matter if it's music, emails, uh, social media. It doesn't matter. It helps you with anything. But when you publish it and you release it to the masses, that's when they make a charge. Apple charge you $100 a year. I think um Android SDKs are usually about 150, I believe, somewhere around that price. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say around 100 something dollars. They will probably charge you once you publish the game. Just like with Unreal Engine. You can go in and create a game up to the wazoo and put any type of memory you want into it. The moment you publish it and it start to make a certain amount of sales, that's when they come in for their percentage for you using the engine. So it probably be the same way. But yeah, bro, this would fit perfectly with Fable. Like you just come up with they come up with a decent solid story for like the beginning and the end character, but then you involve the NPCs to evolve the character into the world with this technology. Mind blown. uh I checked Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption has so much script. Like most of the script that's in Red Dead Redemption dialogue wise is due to the NPCs. You got the aliens, you got the cowboys versus the aliens. You got all that dialogue into the game and it consumes memory. Now you got an NPC where you only give them a little bit lines of code, like they said. We just took a particular character and gave him a paragraph of code, and he goes out and interact with the world and create his own narrative. That is that's improvement on time, crunch time. So you not having to deal with each and every dialogue of the character. Um, that helps with memory with the game as well. We're not out here downloading damn near a terabyte just to play a video game. Um, triple disc video games if you got the physical copy. It improves in so many areas. And of course, with all positive, there is some negative because we're starting to see the negative in hindsight. Like I mentioned before, you have people that abuse the power, and it can be alarming because if somebody can match your voice and record your voice and match it to the point where you saying something that you didn't say, and you see how the world is running now. We don't even go off of facts anymore. If we see something, we physically see you do it, or we hear it with our own words what you're saying, and the voice matches what you're saying now. People just run with it. So just say, for instance, example, I'm on here and I sit here and say I confess to a murder, and I say X Y Z and I did X Y and Z, and then I get arrested for it, and I'm going to trial, tell them no, that's not me. I never said that. That's not what I did. I never was there. X blah 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 blah. But due to this technology, you can't tell what's real and what's fake anymore. That's just like the what is it called? Deep fakes. The thing that Kendrick Lamar used, the deep fakes. I'm sorry. When he was doing that transition with the faces, the transform his face to different celebrities. Imagine that getting into the wrong hands, that somebody want to use it for ill intent. And now they got the voice as well. Now they can do the voices. It's a scary sight that we living in right now, bro. The Witcher would be crazy also for this. Man, yeah. Yeah, a heavy dialogue game with a lot of NPCs that interact with the protagonist. RTS games when you playing them the strategy games. Civilization, Age of Empire, like this affects everything around gaming, period. PUBG, we see what they're doing now where they start filling in the games with NPCs in the protagonist. Us playing the game as well, all in one whole game. We thinking they using it just to fill up the servers to make it seem like there's people there. But what if they take it to the next level? Like Titanfall with this, oh, I'm there day one. I'll make my he said, "Well, I'll make my own opinion when I play it." True. Yeah, yeah. Of course, that's what you're supposed to do with any game. Once you play it and you have your own opinion about it, yeah. I'm just saying what it would do for gaming as a whole for the future. Like again, I me personally, we are in a stagnant point. We at level 12 and haven't moved past the main boss of level 12 right now, in my opinion, when it comes to gaming. And something like this will push us to level 13. And to like level probably level 13 to 20, where your interaction in the game is not scripted, is more predicting on the actions that you do in the game. That would be phenomenal. So that's something that I was checking out. I had another one, but I don't see that. I think I didn't save it, but yeah, I had another video where Microsoft was actually, you know what? It's called Copilot. Hold on, let me see. Microsoft Um, it says Copilot. I go demo. All right, yeah. I was watching this one, the first bill, but I guess I can go through this one. No, they say for work. I don't want to see it for work, but um, because I'm just saying people are trashing Redfall like crazy. I like mini games, others dislike. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, oh, okay, well, no, I'm not I'm just saying me, I've always run with that point blank and period. If you wanna play the game, don't come to me about an opinion. If you own some I read it on IGN, I watched a YouTube video, uh, I dismiss you instantly. Like I'm instantly turned off. Don't even really want to hear what else you got to say because you didn't experience that game for yourself. And something like it should not be a reason that you don't try out Redfall, especially if you got an Xbox or a PC and you pay for Game Pass. It's literally there for you to check it out for yourself to say, nah, this ain't cool, I don't like it, or it's fun, and me and my homies are having a great time playing it. Like, like, come on, man, just take the extra steps to actually check the game out. You feel me? Unfortunately, right now, I want to play the game, but I had the server issue. It says that the servers are not up, so I couldn't play it right now. Um, who was that? Yeah, what's your name? So I got this. The same thing Q6 got. It said, please ensure that the client is up for date. So pretty much, long story short, from what I got from it, uh, it let me get to the main menu, but due to us not having that day one patch, the servers are not up. That's what I'm taking from that message. But uh, yeah. So back to pilot. So I've been trying to tell people for the longest. And I guess that people just want to ignore it and not look at it because it isn't something that's going on now, so they don't care about it for what it's going to affect in the future. That's what I get from what they're thinking about. But Microsoft has been trying their hardest to get into mobile, the mobile market. Let me see. Well, he said, see you with the new dashboard. I just got the update. Absolutely. Now I'm in that preview program too. So yeah, I definitely got that one. They said they dropped the Redfall one. Now, in fact, let me go see. Let me go see real quick. They said they dropped the Redfall joint. Uh, personalities, background. Y'all don't need to see my password. No. Dynamic background. Yeah, there you go. See, yep, they got it. Oh, they dropped the second one too. That look cool. Oh, his hands moving. I ain't see his hands slowly moving up. I just saw the bird flickering. Yeah, okay, hold on. What's this one? Destiny 2 Lightfall. Um, Destiny 2 Lightfall. Oh, that look decent. You said no update on update on your system. No, not yet. No, it ain't do an update yet. Damn, hold on. This Dead Space lit. Dang, hold on. I didn't even see that one. Hold on, I might have to do that. Dead. I seen this one. The Pentiment. Pentiment decent too. Hold on, I might have to go. Well, we're gonna do Redfall for now, but we going to Dead Space. This is raw. Oh, that is nice. All right, all right. Let me put that one as this one. Right. Let me see. Yeah, I should make it red though too. Right. See, look, you got me in here customizing my. So we do bright red or do dark red. Nah. Look kind of. I ain't like that. Let me do that purple. Shorty, my little boo thing. It look better. It's a little bit more settled. All right, it look way better now. See you. You see the background? Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it look way more cleaner. But yeah. What was I saying, man? Y'all done came in here. He done hit me with the design. I had to change the drapes in the house. Oh yeah, yeah. So Microsoft been pretty much fighting their way into the mobile market for God knows how long. They tried to make their own cell phone. And the reason why the cell phone failed because, in my opinion, it was the App Store. The App Store was dead in the water. It really wasn't no real um nothing that stood out to make them stand out more than Apple and Google. We all know Apple and Google literally controls the mobile market as a whole. Y'all might think like, oh, who cares about mobile? A lot of people care about mobile because guess what? Everyone walking this God green earth above the age of 12 has a cell phone. Everyone that's walking this God green earth above the age of 7 know how to operate a device such as a tablet, computer, cell phone, Xbox, etc. So that's billions of users that Microsoft want to tap into, not just in the PC and the mobile market. I mean, in the PC and the home console market, they want to tap into the hands of the users, even in mobile. So Apple has their development program. If, like you say, you can pay $100 yearly. Once you pay that $100 yearly, you can go in there and create whatever God Green Earth app that you want to create. As long as it meets Apple's guidelines, you are able to submit it to the App Store, and create revenue and market yourself from there. Apple wants a chunk of this project. I mean, not Apple. Microsoft want a chunk of this, as well as Apple has it now where all of their apps are universally accepted as long as you do the right configurations and submit it. You can have one app that's able to be functional on the Apple TV, the tablet, et cetera, all the devices in this ecosystem are one-on-one. You can share photos, files, etc. via screen to screen, room to room with no problem with an Apple device, as long as you got Apple's ecosystem. Microsoft want the same thing. So they have a program that they're working on right now called Copilot. That's the recent name of it. And with that, what it does is this. I'm gonna do a brief description of it, but it goes back to the chat GPT, where you can just type in a paragraph of information, and the robot, the AI, will literally create whatever you want. Um, pretty much coding has evolved to the point where you can put in 2 lines of code, maybe 3 lines of code, and you can create damn near a whole entire application. Microsoft is pushing it further with Chat GPI, where you just put in the information. Let's say I want to make a inventory list app. I just type in I want to make an inventory list app that counts X amount of screws. And the Chat GPI will go in and create you a list to list, one by one, of your inventory of screws, nuts, and bolts for you, all from a single line of code. And you can publish it and submit it to the App Store or whatever. Now, FYI, just to let y'all know, Google and Apple work with each other. Google and Apple work hand in hand. Yes, they are rivals to an extent for the public. Yes, have they sued each other for infringement from time to time? Yes. Um, I remember Apple won. The petty level was strong on this one, but Apple won a lawsuit where the curvature of the app icons from Google and Samsung was identical to Apple. It infringed on their copyright. They won the lawsuit. Samsung sent them a truckload of pennies for payment, just to show how petty they were. But all of these companies work with each other under the table, because guess what? In the App Store, Apple App Store, I can literally tell you for sure about 95 to 96% of those apps that's in that App Store, third party wise, are using Google Firebase as they back end to operate the emails, purchases, etc. through the SDK. SDK is for Google, Apple is iOS. So through that iOS, Google is still getting paid even though it is on the App Store, and Apple is getting paid off of Samsung due to it being on their App Store. It's confusing, I understand, but I'm just letting y'all know these guys are in cahoots with each other. They are the number 2 and the number 1 highest paid mobile company in the market in the US, worldwide as well. You know, you might have some competitors here and there in other countries, but when it comes to the US, Google and Apple run shit. Even when you're getting a government phone, they're using Android SDK kit to run and operate that daggone phone. So yada yada yada. It's a whole lot. But dang, I said a lot. Microsoft is trying to get into that lane. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to use the cloud, i.e. cloud gaming, and also cloud, because it's just not about gaming, but they're also trying to use various other forms of chat boxes to evolve and then grow their way back into the mobile market in the hands of the users. So this is one of their ways. I'm just going to give y'all a brief description of it, rundown. Y'all can check it out and see it for yourself. So while we was worried about Call of Duty, this is what's really going on with these guys. Should we do the 7-minute joint? Oh, FYI also, GitHub is actually bought by Microsoft as well. And if you know what GitHub is, you know how impactful that is.
The manual steps to get started, but also to show the
But
And so to build out our inventory app, I'm going to show you how to create it in 2 ways. First, using AI with Copilot as a fast way to get up and running. And second, completely from scratch, so that I can walk you through the core concepts. So let's break this down. You'll start by navigating to make.powerapps.com. And front and center is the new Copilot option that lets you use AI to generate an app by describing what you want it to do. I'll type track inventory for mechanical parts and hit go. And pretty quickly, it's built the first part of the app. This is the Copilot experience, where I can chat with the AI on the right. And as you can see, it's already generated a table central to my app, which makes sense since it's an inventory app and I need a way to capture data. We can see the columns that it generated are around the theme of mechanical parts. There's the part ID, part name, part type, part number, and the quantity, each with sample data to help you quickly get started. And you can add or remove columns easily by chatting with Copilot. For example, I know it's important to have a description for these fasteners, maybe to describe their size or thread pitch, so I'll type add a description field. And there's the new column in the table. And I can even ask Copilot to add more rows of data. And because Copilot can interpret the context, it can add more sample data. I can even ask Copilot to give me additional suggestions. And it suggests a few more fields that would be common to an inventory app, and whether I should remove the part ID column. I'll keep that though, and also take the suggestion to add a price column. Now that's looking good, and if I need to, I can update this table later. So to move on to the next step.
Now, what you just saw was something insane to the point where this right here, what she just did, just this little bit, we are only literally about 2 minutes and 42 seconds into that conversation piece. Within 2 minutes, she has created a fully functional inventory app and was able to add questions or add other columns to that app, such as thread count, inventory, etc. Now, y'all might be looking at me like, Mello, why are we talking about this? This is just mobile app and this is just application. This doesn't have anything to do with gaming. And this is how my mind works in this sense. And it's kind of crazy. What if you implement this into the games where this is what controls your inventory and stock of weapons, vehicles in the games, the buildings that you own, warehouses such as like in Grand Theft Auto, stuff like this. What if they take this? Because my opinion, it's just my opinion. I know it's a nasty word right now because a lot of people have a disdain for it, but from what I'm seeing, it's coming. This is coming full force to gaming, regardless if you accept it or not. Pause. Metaverse. Now, you're in a metaverse virtual video game world, such as Grand Theft Auto Sandbox or Red Dead. I keep using those because they're my favorite games, but they're the only ones I come up with right now. And let's say, in a sense of, instead of them having to save data or save data in game, which can be at times get corrupted, you lose that information, etc., etc. You actually have the cloud-based service which controls your API of your character, and it saves your inventory and stock via this chat box, which is the Copilot, which is embedded as a chat API. Let's just say we're going into the world where people are using, instead of just ordering things online from Amazon to get dropped at your doorstep. Let's say you wanted to order food and the company got a new item on their menu that they want to advertise to you. I don't know, McDonald's got some brand new chicken nuggets or something. You can order online while you're playing the video game, go into the inventory, they able to update that information like, hey, add chicken nuggets available at blah 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 time. And you're able to click on it, order it, and that comes to your house. All while you're still playing the video game. That's where that's what I'm seeing right now. Yes, they're trying to get into the mobile market, but when this thing evolves, it's going to evolve. We already heard the announcement of them putting in ads in game. Like while you're playing the video game, you running down the street of a deserted highway, you're going to look over to your right and you're going to see a billboard poster of Sprite or something like that. Or I don't know, McDonald's, Burger King, that's going to be in-game advertisements while you're playing the game. And the only place I can really see that going, just where my mindset is, because it can go further, but a metaverse game. Again, everybody doesn't like metaverse right now, but when we're looking at the direction and what video game is looking like, metaverse is pretty much it. Especially for games like The Division, Grand Theft Auto, any like open world video game in a sense. Something like Destiny, you'll probably see like little billboards in Destiny, little crazy stuff, little advertisements here and there. And they said this is coming into video game. Like we're going to be seeing this soon. NBA 2K will be advertisement galore. Like every time I turn on 2K right now, they're pumping and advertising, hey, we got a new t-shirt from this company, we got OVO jackets, etc., etc. Now just think about that if they removed it into a metaverse scene like environment where you're walking around and you're seeing billboards, you check your phone, you seeing, you hit the menu button, you see an advertisement, etc., etc. They're making money from the advertisements because you logged in and started playing their video game. That is what this is. Copilot, for in my sense, where you can literally order something via a video game and it will show up to your house. It will show up to your doorstep. Oh, you saw a dope T-shirt and you order it for your avatar, your character, your protagonist in the video game. You get an optional prompt that says, "Hey, uh, you can buy this limited edition T-shirt as well, and it'll be mailed to you. You'll probably get a different prompt from Web3, get your personal information, or you can log in with your Xbox currency or PlayStation currency, and they charge that off of that via card or currency, and you get a physical T-shirt that your player got in the game on you, physically at your home, or you can order food. Not only order food for your character, but you can order food for yourself. This is when reality start mixing in with the video game aspect and what I see what they're trying to do. This is one of the reasons why cloud gaming is such is important as it is. It's not because of what it can do now, which is, like I said, it's like little less than 1% of people use cloud gaming that even know that they're using cloud gaming. It's like less than 1%. But what's going to happen in the future when it comes to cloud gaming is something to be seen. It's going to be like it's going to be like the evolution of when we was playing physical discs and digital video games. People was blown out the water where at first they was upset saying, oh, I want a physical disc. I like having it in my hand and having that sense of ownership that I went out and bought a disc. It got instruction manuals. When the last time you seen the instruction manual inside of a physical disc with a physical disc? Then all of a sudden it went to people don't even think about buying a physical disc at this moment. They was only buying it limited edition versions of video games. If it wasn't limited edition with a figurine, they didn't worry about buying it. Now they don't even care. They just like, I can come home literally day of or the day before, click 2 or 3 buttons, give them my information, and download it on my system, and I haven't even left my home at all. And if you know, the sales of physical has been on a heavy decline. People don't care about physical like they used to. Digital is now king, where but the number one argument was ownership. But yeah, take it for what it is, man. He said, second, go. He said, I'm a guy that loves Anthem while many reviews, I believe, killed that game sales. Killed that game sales. If it had the sales, that games could have become something. If it had the sales, that game could have become. Oh yeah, I love Anthem. Anthem was dope. The problem with Anthem was the developers. They killed their own idea. Like, I don't know if it was the corporate or like no money had. I don't know what happened. But the content in which they advertised to us was not the content in which we received as a consumer. Outside of that flying mechanic, they was missing a lot of content. But the game was fun. I love that whole flipping out the Iron Man outfit and everybody around us got on different suits and we going in there killing aliens and all that. Remind me of Starship Trooper meets Iron Man. But the developers messed it up because they didn't bring out the content. or they money had it or something. I don't know what they did. It just didn't. It just didn't end well for Anthem, unfortunately. But I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I gotta go pick up the little ones. This your boy Double O. Thank y'all for coming out. This was a little segment. I didn't even plan this. I low key was trying to go play Redfall, but let me see. It's still. Let me see. No, still getting that issue. And hold on, let me check this real quick. If we take the flight real quick, let me go check. Because when I took the flight, it wouldn't let me do the update. So I'm gonna check this real quick before I go pick her up. But I'm gonna be back on later on. I'm gonna check out Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna go ahead and start up my character for Street Fighter 6. Hey, if y'all already played it like on PlayStation, if you start up the game and create your character, the dialogue and the information, or do you have to start all over when you buy the game again for Street Fighter 6? Let me know if y'all played it and that's the case. Let me see. All right, we'll load in. Nah, they ain't let me in at all. Dang. See, at first I could load into the screen. Now they don't let me load in at all. Yeah. Dang. They ain't playing with that New Zealand mess no more. And then once they do this little VPN law, it's gonna be a wrap on that too. You won't be able to do none of this mess no more. You better enjoy it while you can. But yeah, man, that's my little rant. That's my mindset when it comes to gaming and the direction we going. I be trying not to. I be trying not to. I try to just think about what in the future aspect of gaming, and not try to be in the present with it, because the present is the present. The present is already here. We already know what's going on. It's the future what determines what the success of things. So that's where I be at with things. Alright, yeah, they ain't gonna let me in. I'm done doing it. But dope, what's your name? Appreciate y'all coming through. This game right here is fire. They just need to fix them bugs. Please fix these bugs so I can finish this game. This your boy Double O. One love, God bless, man. Y'all go out there and game. Go ahead, enjoy life, have fun. Peace out.